It's always killings and shit. Like it's a lot going on in the world right now.
But
So
instead of, I honestly challenge you to, instead of saying, how are you doing? Say, what can I do for you to make this better? Because I say that to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they're like, if there's anything that's going on, like, I would try to ask, well, how can I help you? What can I do to make this better for you? Or just change. You have to really change. You have to think outside the box. Now, that just didn't come like I was born like that. You know what I'm saying? But as I evolved as a young woman and as a mom, you change your way of thinking and you think about ways that you can express to your spouse how you can be of benefit to them. Because, like he said, you're supposed to be able to come to your spouse and you're supposed to be able to, tell them how you're feeling if you had a bad day and whatever the case may be. But we always say, how are you? But check in and see, what you can do. Be really it. What is that? Is it like it's being servants almost in a sense? Is there another word for it? I feel like I just don't know the word. I'm trying. It's not there.
I don't know at the moment.
But you have to be willing to be that type of person for your significant other. Like, what can I do to make that better for you? It's more about action versus us just talking. Of course we talk, but there's a lot of action behind closed doors to make sure that this relationship continues to thrive. You get what I'm saying? So
that's why I say a person can't be kept. There's nothing that you can do to stop that person from doing what they want to do. So people have to stop taking on that baggage as if you did something wrong or it's something wrong with you. Or you was lacking in some area. Like,
I agree with that, but I also see it from the other perspective.
But at the same time, it's like, even with that person who going out and doing whatever, it's just like, before you went and did that, did you have that conversation with your significant other? Like,
hey, no, did they have that conversation with themselves before they stepped out and did XYZ? That's the real conversation. We need to take more responsibility and accountability for our actions and our thought process behind what we choose to do in regards to our next steps. You have to talk to yourself. It's not crazy.
You know
what I'm saying? Like, you have to rationalize in your head, okay, if I do this, what do the consequences look like? Because I'm telling you, my daddy always told me, before you step out and do some shit, what did he, oh my God, I can't even think of it. Before you make a decision, take a step back and think about those consequences. But before you step in some shit is pretty much what he said. Make sure you take a step back and you think about the consequences. Because you need to be talking to yourself daily about your actions, about what you choose to say to an individual, even when you're just your normal interactions, whenever you go out to the grocery store or you're, talking to your spouse or you're talking to a family member, like, I hope that you're taking a step back to just think about what you're saying or what you're doing or about what you're about to do and how that can impact that person or that individual, to say the least. But yeah.
Well, what you think about?
What do you think about what?
I'm just looking at the time. But divorce.
What do you mean divorce?
Like, what do you think about it? Like, do you think that it's
not an option?
Or do you think that...
It's not an option. Like, there's
no, because with COVID and shit going on, like, the divorce rate is higher.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I'm saying, like, are people really doing whatever they can to try to work on and to save?
Are you exhausting all of your options before you decide to say, okay, I've done all I can do. This is not on me. I think it's that time.
This is what I think about that. People are, first off, are not exhausting all resources, or
there you go, because they don't know the resources.
Also, it goes back to self-reflection. Like, everybody want to point the finger, but you gotta take a step back when somebody voicing how they feel and think about, like, damn, just take it in. Don't even take it as negative. Just take it in. And how can nobody's perfect? So you gotta tweak shit. You gotta, like, damn, she told me XYZ.
But you could have interpreted it a different way. right?
It's
That's
all
why
how that
I asked,
person
I'm like even
presents the
asking you,
information to
like,
you
well, what do
too,
you
though.
mean? You know what I mean? Like, or how are you trying to express what you're asking me? Because I may internalize it a completely different way and think that he's saying something different, but in reality, he was saying just the opposite. So you have to ask clarifying questions.
It's all about how people deliver the information to
It
you as
is,
well.
but you also have to be proactive and take action for yourself. If something seems unclear, don't assume, clarify.
Yeah, I mean, with that, it all boils down to communication. A lot of people, especially black people, probably don't feel like they need to go sit down with a therapist, a relationship counselor, marriage counselor, whatever the case may be. Like, if you really trying to be with somebody and y'all trying to work it out, and y'all agree that y'all gonna work it out, then maybe use that as an option, or maybe just sit down with a friend and somebody that you trust.
Sit down with a friend.
Yeah, I'm saying what I'm saying is this: it needs to be
like a mediator. Oh, okay, okay. In those type of cases, yes. If you feel the person that you're choosing to mediate is truly a person that's going to be unbiased and see things from both perspectives, because you may have, because I was going to say, realistically, in our marriage, the only person that I discuss an issue with is Kevin.
I'm gonna actually take that back out to friendship and just go to somebody that's professional, because they got to keep that shit to themselves.
Exactly.
But with somebody that's like a parent or friend or whoever,
it's like, not. We're not to say that those are anything wrong with that, because I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that.
You gotta have people that you can vent to, but you know who you can talk to and who you can't talk to about.
No. I wasn't saying inventing. That whole venting to a friend and all that kind of stuff, like, I'm not really for that. I'd rather you come talk to me.
That's why I said I take that back, because I thought y'all gotta keep those relationships. Well,
but I thought you were speaking in regards to the mediator, babe. I'm saying that is what I was saying. That's okay in a sense for me to a certain degree. I'd rather you go to a therapist, but
it's giving more
what?
Information, or just pretty much giving somebody information and insight into your relationship maybe that they don't need.
That is true.
That's why I say go with somebody who knows that.
But
somebody else
to go back to
beneficial for y'all.
I'm sorry, babe. To go back to divorce, I don't want to negate the fact that there are people out there who may have been dealt cards that were truly not in their favor, or could have been tragedy. So I don't want to like not keep those relationships in mind in regards to us speaking about divorce, but I would hope that there are different scenarios, but I hope that before anyone were to consider divorce, that you would truly consider all of your options and all of your resources, especially if there are children involved. Like, we finna run this thing till the wheels fall off.